Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Exploring Middle-earth. Today I'll be talking about the character Ungoliant, where she came from, her history, and her eerie fate. So Ungoliant was a primordial being, and it's believed that she originated from darkness itself, the very darkness that lies around the world of Arda. Since she was born from darkness, she had an insatiable craving to devour light, to help soothe her everlasting emptiness. This being chose to take the form of a spider, and it's believed that she could be the very first spider that ever existed. She then allied with Melkor, who promised to help quench her thirst for light. For those of you who are unfamiliar with Melkor, he was the first and most powerful Dark Lord that lived in Middle-earth, and he was Sauron's master. He was also one of the Valar, who were sort of gods in Middle-earth. Now Melkor was constantly at war with the other Valar, and at one point they actually managed to defeat him, which caused him to flee. The Valar then turned on Ungoliant and tried to slay her, but she fled to Aman, which was a continent to the west of Middle-earth. Melkor eventually recovered, and then he sought Ungoliant so that they can both have revenge on the Valar. He planned to have Ungoliant drink the light out of the two trees of Valinor, and these two trees were special as they emitted all the light across the world of Arda, which was the world that the Valar created. Now, Ungoliant at first was reluctant. It was quite a dangerous thing to enter Valinor, which was the home of the gods. But eventually she relented when Melkor promised to give her anything she desired to sate her hunger. Ungoliant then shrouded both herself and Melkor in darkness, which allowed them to infiltrate Valinor without getting caught, and their plan was a success. She then drained the trees of their light, and the world of Arda was once again covered in darkness. Now, by consuming all the light from the trees, Ungoliant grew into tremendous size and strength, and even Melkor started to fear her. At this point, Melkor decided to return to his fortress of Angband, but before he could do this, Ungoliant demanded that Melkor give her all the jewels he stole from Formenos, which was an elven stronghold. He does this, and she eats them, and again she grows to even larger size. She then demands the Silmarils from him. Now the Silmarils were basically 3 gems that were crafted by an elf called Valinor, and they contained part of the essence of the 2 trees that we mentioned previously. They shone with brilliant light, and that's why Ungoliant craved them so much. Despite his earlier promise, Melkor refused to give them to her, and she attempted to attack him and consume him. Now Melkor cried out in pain, and these very cries woke up his servants, the Balrogs, that were hibernating under Angband. These Balrogs then flew to his aid, and they started attacking Ungoliant and her webbing with their whips of fire. Ungoliant then fled, and she ran off to an area called Nan Dungtep, and over there she bred with the great spiders that lived there. She obviously had many children, many spawn, and the greatest of them was Shelob, the very spider that attacked Frodo in the 3rd film. Now no one is really sure what happened to Ungoliant, though it's believed that in her everlasting insatiable hunger, she attempted to devour herself, and thus she perished at her own hand. This basically wraps up the story of Ungoliant. If you guys like, feel free to leave any theories, opinions, or whatever you think might have happened to her, or anything about her story in the comments, and I'll check it out. I think it's quite an interesting discussion to share opinions about her fate and all that, or where she came from. When it comes to these enigmatic creatures, there's so much you can think. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video and don't want to miss more like it, I'd recommend that you subscribe. If you can, leave a like, as it helps the videos a lot, and if you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them below. As always guys, I really appreciate you watching these videos, and I hope you all have a great day.